everybody, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
Today we're taking a look at a smaller game than normal called Doomlings. You are going to create your own civilization of creature, who I think are all round dotted balls. And doom is coming. Everything's going to die. But you want to have the most evolved creatures at the end by getting traits such as self-awareness and prepper and deep roots and antler horns. It's just a silly card game. Let me show you. In this game, there are two decks of cards. There are these trait cards, which are the cards that you'll be playing, and then you have a bunch of ages cards. Now, you'll always start with the birth of life, and then you're going to build a small deck of age cards, and many of them are going to be normal, but you're going to shuffle in there 3 catastrophes, which are all marked at the top as catastrophe, and those will be random. And when a catastrophe shows up, something bad will happen to everyone, or something will happen to everybody. And when the third one comes up, it's considered World's End, and then you do whatever it says on the bottom. So at the beginning of a turn, a round, you'll flip over the card, and the first card, it is the Birth of Life. It says set your gene pool to 5. Everybody has a gene pool card, and you'll just put it in front of you with the 5 face up. Everyone's going to start with 5 cards. Each person's going to take a turn, and your turn goes thusly. First, you play a card. Now, when you play a card, all sorts of things can happen. In this case, this gives me the action. It says draw 2 cards. If either are green, play 1 immediately. Well, guess what? I wasn't able to do that. This card is going to be worth 1 point at the end of the game. There are 4 different colors of cards. There are green, blue, red, and purple. And there are also many, many, many colorless cards, these gray ones. Some cards are dominant. Dominant cards are the most powerful cards in the game. They can't be stolen or taken away from you, but you can also only have 2 of them. When you play a card, it might do something. This one increases your gene pool. This one is an extra point at the end of the game for each card in your hand. Some of them will affect other players. Discard a trait from an opponent's trait pile with a face value of 2. The trait pile are all the cards in front of you. Some give you an ongoing ability. And like I said, some just give you special things. Some cards have 2 different colors. This one is blue and red. And honestly, there are so many different cards in the game. And now, this game comes with 2 mini expansions. You can see little eggs up here in the top that you can throw in or not throw in. It dilutes the deck slightly if you're trying to get the cards that have sets of them. But it doesn't really require many other rules when you're playing with these. When your turn is done, you're going to stabilize. Stabilization is pretty simple. You're just going to look at your gene pool. So it starts at 5, but it can go up or down. And you make your hand of cards equal to whatever that might be. So if I have 5 and my gene pool is 4, I discard 1. If I have 5 and my gene pool is 8, I'll draw 3. There are many cards that will affect the gene pool. Once you're done stabilizing, everyone goes. And then you'll turn over the next age card and do whatever it says. So, for example, I turn over Sea Kingdoms. Everyone can play 2 traits this turn, but you ignore the actions on them. Or after you stabilize, pass a card to your left at random. And like I said, there are the catastrophes. -1 to gene pool, discard 1 card from your hand for each dominant trait in your trait pile. And when the third catastrophe comes, World's End, you do that part of the card. -1 for each trait in your trait pile with a face value of 3 or more. Now, after World's End, everyone is simply going to take all their cards that they've gotten over the course of the game, and they're just going to add up the points. So this one's -1, but +1 for each red trait. And whoever has the most points is the winner. The game comes in a really nice little box with really great inserts that you can put between the cards. But it's really the cards that we're talking about here in this game. The art on every card is different, and they're fun. Bark and Swarm. I mean, there are some cards that are the same, but I really like them. Some of the cards have some gold foiling on them, like this juicy card here. And it's just fun to see all the different things. This artwork, honestly, is very similar to the art of our dice people that we have here at the Dice Tower. So I tend to like this sort of things. They're just fun to put out. The cards are also pretty clear as to what they do. And I don't know. The cards are really good quality. So that's pretty impressive. Even all the other ones. The game also comes with a little meaning of life expansion. It comes with a rule set that's pretty easy to understand and go through. All right, I said in here that I really like the art in this game. What did you all think of that?
Yeah, I thought the art was pretty good for a bunch of circles.
Yeah, I agree with Violet. The art's cute, it looks really good, and then the event cards look really good.
Okay, yeah, well, and also the card quality is good, the colors, I like the fact that some had gold foil on it. It's a lot of fun. The game is simple. Do you agree that it's not a complicated game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so what did you think of the card play? I mean, you just play a card and then you go up to your gene pool or down to your gene pool size.
I thought it was interesting how like each card would have like something different and not all of them being the same, or at least a little bit different of one thing.
I also thought the cards were very creative. Like, some of them I wouldn't see in any other game. Why is one of the cards a kidney? And every single one of the kidneys have a different hat.
Well, I didn't even realize that, do they?
Yeah, like it says kidney with a little top hat, kidney with a little, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, the actual kidney thing where the number of kidneys you have is equal to the amount of points, that's been done in many games before.
Yes.
And in fact, there's a lot in this game that has been done in games because essentially this is a card game like Flux where you're playing a card in front of you each turn of the game, and the game is somewhere between like 10 and 12 turns or something like that. And you, some cards are take that cards. You attack other players. This is the kind of game I normally don't like. And yet in this one I don't mind. I think because it's so fast, because you put the cards out, the cuteness of the artwork, and you get to do some fun little combos, this one didn't bother me at all. I actually enjoyed it. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was fine.
Oh, no, such wise words.
Okay. I like the game, honestly. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good.
Okay, yeah, it was, and it's also an easy game to bring out and play. You could probably teach this to some of your friends, although not all of it. There is some complicated combinations, I thought, for maybe a really simple game. Like, I compared this to Flux, but I think Flux is easier than this in many ways. Yeah, well, I guess that's all we have to say about that. Let's go to ratings. Ruby,
6, probably.
any other thoughts on it?
The art is cute. The gameplay is fairly simple. Overall, a decent game.
All right, and you?
I would give it a 7. The game was enjoyable. I'd probably play it again. It just wasn't super amazing for me to rate it any higher.
You know, I'm giving it a 7 also, because normally I would give these games a 6 or less. This one just jived with me. Yes, I know there are many problems with the game in the sense that it's random in many ways. You get these cards, you play them. But knowing what card to play when, trying to get a cool combo, combined with the speed and the art of this one, I thought it was fun. So, that's Doomlings. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
Have fun saving the civilization.